Good day, everyone. Today we'll be discussing the causes of dissolution of a partnership, specifically under Article 1828 to 1831 of the Civil Code. Dissolutions refers to the change in the relation of the partners caused by any partner ceasing to be associated in the carrying on of the business. In simple terms, it marks the beginning of the end of the partnership. Here are some causes of dissolution. By agreement. First, dissolution can happen by agreement of the partners. Since a partnership is based on mutual consent, the partners may agree at any time to end the relationship, even if the original contract period has not yet expired. Expiration of terms or accomplishment of object. Second, a partnership may be dissolved by the expiration of the period stated in the partnership contract, or by the completion of the specific undertaking for which the partnership was formed. For example, if partners agreed to form a partnership to build a bridge, once the bridge is completed, the partnership dissolves. Death of a partner. Third, the death of a partner also dissolves the partnership. This is because the partnership relationship is founded on trust and confidence between the partners, something that cannot continue once the partner passes away. Insolvency of a partner or the partnership. Fourth, insolvency, whether of the partnership itself or of any individual partner, can also cause dissolution. Insolvency makes it impossible for the partnership to continue operating normally. Withdrawal of a partner. Fifth, a partner may also cause dissolution by withdrawing from the partnership. This can be done in good faith and subject to any restrictions in the partnership agreement. However, if done wrongfully or prematurely, the withdrawing partner may be liable for damages. Illegality of the business. Lastly, dissolution may occur if the business of the partnership becomes illegal. For instance, if new law prohibited the operation of a certain industry, the partnership engaging in that business must be dissolved. In summary, dissolution of a partnership under Articles 1828 to 1831 can occur due to agreement of the partners, expiration or accomplishment of the partnership's purpose, death, insolvency, withdrawal, or illegality of the business. All these grounds reflect the principle that a partnership being founded on mutual trust and lawful purpose cannot continue when those foundations are undermined.
Winding up and termination, Article 1832 to 1833, the process of finishing partnership business after dissolution. Article 1832, causes of dissolution of our Civil Code, tells us all the reason why a partnership might have to close down. Here are some of the main reasons. Agreement ends. If the partners agreed to run the business for a certain time, it ends when the time is up. Partners want out. If there's no set time, any partner can say they want to leave, as long as they being fair. If all partners agreed to end it, they can. Third is illegal business. If the business become illegal, it has to end. Lost contribution. If a partner promised something important to the business but loses it before giving it, the partnership can end. Death of partner. If one of the partners dies, the partnership can end. Partner can pay debts. If a partner can't pay their debts or the business itself can't, the partnership can end. Partnership can't manage affairs. If a partnership can't manage their own affairs legally, the partnership can end. Last is court orders. A court might order the partnership to end. So the Article 1832 is important because it tells us all the ways a partnership can end. Knowing these reasons helps partners be prepared and understand what might happen in the future.
Article 1833, which explains what happens to the liability of a partnership once it is dissolved. Article 1833 provides that even a partnership is dissolved because of a partner's act, death, or insolvency. Each partner may still be liable for obligation created by another partner, as if the partnership had not been dissolved, but with a certain exception. First exception is if the partnership was dissolved by the act of a partner, then another partner cannot bind the partnership if he already knew about the dissolution. Second exemption is if the dissolution was due to death or insolvency, then a partner who enters into a contract is not liable if he already knew or had notice of a death or insolvency. In short, Article 1833 reminds us that dissolution does not automatically erase obligation. Partners must still be careful because contracts made after dissolution may still bind them unless the acting partner had proper knowledge of the dissolution.
So what is order of preference and distribution? It is the rules of paying debts, returning capital, and dividing profits. In Article 1839 of the Civil Code of the Philippines lays down the order of preference and the distribution of partnership assets when a partnership is dissolved. It provides how the assets will be applied to settle obligation. Here's the order. First, payment to outside creditors. All debts and liabilities to persons who are not partners must be settled first. Second, payment to partners. This includes loans or advances made by partners to partnership. Third, payment to partners for return of capital contributions. Each partner is entitled to get back the capital they invested in the partnership. Fourth, payment to partners for profits. Finally, whatever remains is divided among the partners according to their profit-sharing agreement. In short, the rules ensures that external creditors are prioritized, then partners are reimbursed for loans, then capital, and lastly, profits.
Limited partners. They contribute capital or investment to the partnership but do not participate in management. Their liability is limited only to the amount of their investment. This makes it attractive for investors who want to support a business financially without taking on full risk. Example for this is Maria and Duan open a bakery. Maria manages the shop, making her general partnership a partner with unlimited liability. Juan invests 100,000 but does not help in running the bakery. He is a limited partner and this risk is only up to 100,000 investment. And these are some of the articles. We have here the article 1843 which defines what a limited partnership is. Next one is the article 1844 to 1846. State that the requirements for the certificate of limited partnership and its registration. Next is Article 1851. This clarifies that limited partners are not liable partnership debts beyond their contribution.
In general partnership, all partners are considered owners and have equal rights in managing the business unless a different arrangement is agreed upon. One important characteristic is unlimited liability, which means that partners are personally responsible for the debts and obligations of the partnership. If the partnership cannot pay, creditors may run after the personal assets of any partner. It also operates under the principle of mutual agency, where any partner can enter into contracts or obligations on behalf of the partnership, and all partners become bound by such acts. Profits and losses are shared among the partners according to their agreement, but if none exist, these are divided equally. Finally, a general partnership is easier to form compared to a corporation, since it requires fewer formalities and even an oral agreement is often sufficient to establish it. Example, Doming and Dongdong agreed to start a small eatery. Doming contributes 50,000 pesos cash and Dongdong contributes cooking skills and equipment. They agree to share profits and losses equally. One day, Doming buys supplies on credit from a grocery store in the name of the partnership. The partnership fails to pay. The grocery store can go after the partnership funds, but if that's not enough, they can also collect from Doming or Dongdong's personal money or property. because both are personally liable in a general partnership. Article 1856 states that in partnership, the distribution of profits and the return of contributions must follow what was agreed upon by the partners. If there is no agreement, profits and losses will be shared in proportion to each partner's contribution. Meanwhile, Article 1866 explains that when a limited partnership is dissolved, its settlement must follow legal procedures, meaning debts and liabilities are paid first, followed by the return of contributions to limited partners, and finally the distribution of remaining assets to the general partners.
Princess, Dinsil, and Rochelle start a stationery business.
I'll manage the business.
I'll just invest 200,000 pesos, but I won't handle management. I want limited liabilities.
I'll also help manage.
A and C is general partners, which means they have unlimited liability, while B is a limited partner, and his risk is limited up to 200,000 pesos.
I'm leaving the business.
Under the Civil Code, withdrawal of a partner is a cause for dissolution, according to Article 1828 to 1831.
The partnership is now dissolved, meaning it can't continue normal operations.
Owe me 120,000 pesos for supplies.
We'll sell the remaining inventories and use the money to pay you.
According to Article 1839, here's the order of preference. Pay your creditor first, return capital to partners, and lastly, divide any remaining profits.
The partnership has 200,000 left. 120,000 goes to the creditor. 80,000 remain, returned to the partners based on their contribution.
I get back my 80,000 pesos contribution.
I'll take what's left of my share after that.
Remember, dissolution is like a breakup. Winding up is fixing the remaining obligations, and termination is the final goodbye.